Hey friend, Erin Chase here, and this is season 3, episode 1 of the Dinner Made Easy show, recorded live here on Facebook. If you're catching this somewhere else, just know this is a live video, so it takes us a couple minutes to get started while we wait for our live viewers. So slide it forward, a minute or so, and we will get started with our recipe. And I have some things to share about my Grocery Budget Makeover online class as well, so we'll get to that in a couple of minutes. So welcome back to the Dinner Made Easy show. It's been months actually since the last one, and I'm excited to get to cook again with you this year. I'm planning to do a Dinner Made Easy show every Thursday, either in the morning, mid-morning, if we're doing a slow cooker meal, or later on in the day, like now-ish, when I'm going to be making dinner. So we are going to get started today. You can see in the corner it says French onion pork chops. So that is what we are making today. It's a couple of ingredients, super easy, and we are going to get those going in the oven. And the first thing we're going to do is preheat the oven. So I haven't done that yet. We need to set the oven on 375. And that is going to warm up. Hi guys, can you guys hear me okay? Maybe my comments aren't strolling and streaming just right. Hopefully everything is good. I would love it if you could share this video. I have an audience, by the way. All the boys are sitting right here. I had to kick them off the internet so I could do this live video. So they're all here watching. Okay, so this is weird. Usually the comments stream and I can't see them. Huh. Okay. Yeah, so we're making French onion pork chops. I'm going to show you what we have. A yellow onion. Spicy mustard. This is real easy. Thyme. Not thyme, like thyme, but thyme. Get it? See what I did there? And French onion soup mix. Favor, could you grab me the pork chops that are right on the bottom shelf in the fridge? What we're going to do, we're going to spray, which I've already done, a 9x13. I am making 6 because there are 6 in my family. Right there on the front, right on the bottom, right there. Yep, white bag. Yep. Yes. Yep. And I'm going to put those in. I'm going to do a little salt and pepper. Thank you. This is my sous chef, Tyler. I'm going to flip my camera mode so you can see what's going on here. I have my trash can out. I have a drawer for my trash can. I always pull it out when I'm cooking because it's just easy for me to just throw stuff away quickly. So, I got these from the butcher because the ones that they had prepackaged were really thin, and I wanted a thicker pork chop. So, let me get these in here and I'll show you what I'm doing. Next, could you grab me my sous chef friend? Could you grab me the salt and pepper that's right there? Alright, hang tight. Super sorry. This is what happens when you cook live. It's like you're with me in my kitchen because you are with me in my kitchen. Oh, okay. I'll get some more. All right, so what we have here is my pork chops. And the next thing we're going to do after we get these salt and peppered is slice up that onion and then mix up our sauce. So these are maybe a ½ of an inch thick. They're not super thick, but they're not real thin either. So these are probably going to take 25 to 30 minutes to cook. We want them to cook to 145 internal temperature and then take them out and let them rest for 5 minutes. That's a huge, sorry, I'm having trouble opening the salt. That's a huge mistake that people often make when cooking pork is overcooking it. I hear that a lot. My pork chops got dried out. Well, you didn't take them out early enough. So use a meat thermometer if you need to until you get really comfortable with a certain cut or thickness of pork chops. So let's see here. Tyler is behind the scenes here being my sous chef. Thanks for the love and for sharing. Ooh, sweet and sour pork chops, Kim, are so good. Girl, I started your book last night, and it is amazing. You should drop a link right here. It is an amazing testimony and story of her family's journey. It is really quite remarkable.
That's all your chat.
Yeah, I think I can see them coming through now. You guys are quiet today. So welcome back to the Dinner Made Easy show. It's been a couple of months since I've done these, and I'm planning on doing them weekly now, mainly because Thursdays is just a hard day for me to cook, so I'm going to do it with you live. It's true. I run out of energy by Thursday. I'm kind of over it. I'm really tempted to buzz through the drive-thru. So instead, I'm going to cook with you. Next, slicing this onion. I'm going to slice this fairly thin. And then I'm going to sprinkle them right onto the top. Hopefully that stays in focus. I know this camera that I use, sometimes this Top Shot camera, sometimes gets a little touchy when I'm moving around a lot. Okay, there's Kim's book, you guys. Check it out on Amazon. It will bless you, I promise. Okay. Here we go. Fairly thin, doesn't have to be super thin. They are going to cook down a little bit in there. If you wanted to like caramelize them a little bit, you could. We get a little bit of that flavor from the can of French onion soup. So we don't have to do that, but if you want to take the extra mile and do that, you totally could. You guys, thanks for the love and for sharing. I appreciate it. The very first episode, we are back. We're also talking about the Grocery Budget Makeover. I'm going to tell you about that in a minute. We have a live class registration happening right now. The only live class I am planning on leading this year. I might do another one in the fall. We'll see. So... All right, outside of the book, guys. You're my chef. I think I'm good. We have all the boys here trying to sneak a peek in the shot. They're funny. Okay. This is what we have. You like that? Can you smell the onion? I wish I could send the smell through the computer, but I can't. Wouldn't that be cool if you could? Okay. So, pork chops, salt and pepper, sliced onions. This is a whitish, yellowish onion. I'm going to save this part. I was distracted while I was slicing. I didn't get sliced. Okay. So, next what we're going to do is a small bowl. Mix up a can of French onion soup. I'm using a can. You can use whatever you prefer. If you want to make your own with the really thick beef, this is like a concentrate, right? So beef stock and some caramelized onions. You could make it your own, but I am taking the easy way out with the can. And then what I'm going to mix in here is a tablespoon of spicy mustard to really give it a nice punch. This is a French onion soup is really flavorful. And this is just going to add a nice punch. And the complementary flavor that we're going to add is this dried thyme. And I'm going to use my favorite utensil spoons, also available on Amazon. My long-handled wooden spoons, because watch what's going to happen. Measure and stir. Ha! This is the only thing I was measuring, so I can stir it right away. But if I was measuring a couple things, I would measure them all and then start stirring. How amazing is that? I love these guys. Also available on Amazon. And guess what's going to happen to this sauce? It is going to go right over the top of this party. As best I can, I might have to get out my scraper so I can get every ounce of this goodness. It's thicker than it looked in the bowl, isn't it? Ooh, yummy. All right, so this is kind of the main dish that I'm going to bake, and I will probably toss in some dinner rolls from the freezer that I've got and probably mix up some sort of a frozen vegetable. Maybe I have carrots. I'm not sure if I'll do carrots or broccoli. I'll have to see. I might do carrots because I think I have some in the fridge I need to use up. I would use Dijon totally. If you're using the Grey Poupon that has a much more of a bite to it, you might want to use a little bit less, maybe half of a tablespoon. But a spicy mustard or Dijon, you should be good to go with a full tablespoon. And that's that. So let me quick recap this, and then I'm going to show you what's happening with the Grocery Budget Makeover. This is going in the oven. 375 for 20 to 25 minutes. These pork chops are a little bit thicker. They're about a little bit more than a half inch thick. So I'm leaning more towards the 25 minutes on this one. You want to go until the internal temperature reaches 145 on your meat thermometer. If you're not familiar with cooking pork chops, they're really easy to overcook and dry out. Probably not likely with this much sauce in the pan, but it is possible for that to happen, so you don't want to overcook them. So if you're new to cooking pork chops, you're going to want to use that meat thermometer to make sure that you're getting to 145, and then let them rest for 5 minutes when they're finished. Let them rest. They will finish cooking through in the pan as they're resting. So salt and pepper onto each of the pork chops, just a little pinch full. A sliced yellow or white onion, sprinkled all over the top, and then we mix together 1 can of French onion soup mix, 2 tablespoons, excuse me, I said that wrong earlier. 2 tablespoons of spicy or Dijon mustard. You want that punch from the spicy. If you have Grey Poupon and that's all you have, you might want to half that or a little bit less than 2 tablespoons. And I mixed in a teaspoon of thyme as a nice complementary flavor to that, and then I just poured it all over the top. That's what it looks like. It doesn't need to be beautiful because it's going to taste beautiful, even though right now it looks like a brown and white mess of onions, which is exactly what it is. But it's going to be fantastic. So I'm going to put this in the oven right now, and I'm going to show you this real fast while I'm putting this in the oven. This is a worksheet from my Grocery Budget Makeover workshop that we have going on right now. And okay, I had to set the timer. Okay, this is one of the worksheets. They're ridiculously helpful that we have in our Grocery Budget Savings Workshop. It's totally free to do, and I have a link on the video of how to sign up for that. GroceryBudgetMakeover.com/workshop is if you want to type it in, that's how you can get there. And you have this video and a download. I explain everything. I walk you through it. We also have a video about how much you should be spending on groceries. I developed this formula that you can use to figure out a range of what you should be spending. And if you're spending way beyond that, like my friend Diane emailed us today and said, my budget is $585. And after I did the budget formula worksheet and figured out how much I was spending, which was one of my challenges to her, she was spending $1,000 and her budget was $585. She sent me all these whoa emojis. It made me laugh, but it didn't make me laugh, but I'm going to help her because she's going to be in the Grocery Budget Makeover. And she's going to get back into that $585 range instead of the $1,000. It's shocking. You don't realize how much you spend on food because you have to eat every day, right? So here are some of the worksheets that we have available in the workshop. Again, it's totally free. Okay. So it is a precursor to my Grocery Budget Makeover class, which is a full online class. It's a couple weeks long where I release lessons and we dig in and we get into the nitty-gritty to help you better understand. I think my goal for you is to better understand where you're breaking down in the grocery sort of planning process so that you can make some tweaks and changes so that you can spend less money. That's the whole goal. And because there are a number of different pieces to the grocery planning puzzle, if you will, I will help you kind of break those apart and figure out, okay, I really need to become a better meal planner, or I need to get better at writing my shopping list. We're going to dig into all of those things. It's way, way deeper into that. Those are just very, very simple examples. So that is what is happening. This is a live class that I am leading. I have not done this in the last 9 months, so I'm excited to be leading it again. We will have a private Facebook group. I'll do live videos in there that only our members have access to. So you'll want to check that out as well. And that is, you can find more information at on the Grocery Budget Makeover website. And I'll drop links in the comments too. Okay. Anything else? Oh my goodness. Yes. There is. I can't believe I almost forgot this. Because it's French onion pork chops. And because French onion soup usually has cheese, well, sometimes a roll, a little baguette, a sliced baguette. Once these finish baking, which I'm not going to hang out for the next 25 minutes on here with you. Once these finish baking, sprinkle a little of this and add a slice of this. This is Parmesan and provolone. You could use mozzarella if you wanted, whatever you have on hand that's in the mild whiter cheese category would work, but I am going to use, if you wanted to do a Swiss or something a little bit more flavorful, a Gruyere, if you really want to get after it and get that cheese flavor in there, you could try those. But I'm going to keep it simple with just milder cheeses that I know the boys will like, with Parmesan and provolone. My plan is to sprinkle the Parmesan on first and then the provolone, and while it's resting, let it melt. If you don't think it'll melt fast enough, which it should, then you can, let me switch back here, sorry. You could do the provolone cheese first and then the grated Parmesan second if you want to try that. If it's not melting, you could run it under the broiler for even less than a minute to get that nice and melted and bubbly on top of your pork chops. So that's French onion pork chops. That's the 411 on the Grocery Budget Makeover. I'm excited to be back doing the Dinner Made Easy shows with you and for you. And with that, I will see you Sunday, actually. Live Q&A happening Sunday night. So I will see you then, and have a great rest of your evening. As you roll into the weekend, I hope you have a delicious meal with your family. And if you make these French onion pork chops, come back and tell me how you love them, and we will see you soon.